The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 343 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Bicycle Craft Beer Playing Cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So on the front here it says Bicycle Craft Beer Playing Cards, celebrating 53 Brewmasters. And you got that kind of different kind of bicycle logo there. It's not the standard bicycle you normally see. It's a custom bicycle logo there. And you got the Celebrating Brewmasters on that kind of like tan kind of colorway little arch there with the three little bottles behind it. And it says since 1885 there with the three little spades, craft beer, playing cards, and the front of the tuck box is in that standard glossy finish tuck box there. And it's also embossed, so you can feel the texture of all like the letters and a little bit of like the image there. And it is a black like glossy finish tuck box there. With that kind of lighter tan over top. On one side is the air cushion finish, made in the USA, with the four pips, or suits I should say. And the other side just says air cushion finish, made in the USA. Then on the bottom you got the barcode, the recycling logo, and some corporate information saying made in the USA by the United States Playing Card Company. These are from 2015. On the back it says the same thing, celebrating 53 craft or 50 celebrating 53 brewmasters, craft beer, and then it says, call us passionate about the things that we are still uniquely crafted, like our bicycle playing cards. Each of the 53 brewery profiles on the card faces em- ep- anyway, what we are loved about craft beer from all around the United States. These are genuine American entrepreneurs. Their passion is dedicated to the innovation, full-flavored beers that they make. This deck of cards is dedicated to those that love their local brews and the people behind them. What goes best with your craft beer, bicycle craft beer cards? Please drink responsibly. Please drink responsibly. And then for the seal, you got the standard United States Playing Card Company black seal with the white border and the white outline spade. Then on the top it says propelled something spirit. It's kind of a little bit covered up, and that's also embossed on the tuck flap. Just that corporate information there, and then on the inner tuck flap, just that glossy black finish. But if we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box is just plain white. Nothing too fancy or crazy going on inside there. But now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with that back design. So here we have a nice, elegant style back design. It is a fully inked back design there. There. So you got that fully inked design. There's no standard white border because it's fully inked there. But it is a mirrored back design. So you kind of got that kind of light bicycle kind of style to it with the circle designs there in the middle there. When it has a circle design there with the little craft brewery bottle there, like the bottle there. That says since 1885. You got like the stars and a little circle pattern behind it. And you got the other little circle design in the middle. Oh, I guess it's actually a one-way back design now that I look at it. It kind of looks like a mirrored back design, but it is a one-way back design just because the four suits there in the middle are only facing one way. And then you got the little bicycle logo, bicycle in each corner there. And it is a brown and like kind of off-white tan kind of colorway there. And if you were to flip it over, the design would be upside down there. Just slightly. It's a slight one-way back design. And since the cards are fully inked, they're on the back. That means the cards could chip a little bit, and the edges could start turning white in the corners. There, so that's one thing to notice, like the ink could wear away from the edges and corners. Especially those like the darker colors, like this dark brown there. It would show a little bit more than like the lighter colors. Now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we'll start with the first Joker. It says Joker, Joker there, in that kind of yellow, like mustard yellow kind of almost color, like a honey mustard kind of colorway. There, and then you got the first brewery there, and it says Chester King, Austin, Texas. Then you got the second Joker, and I'm not gonna say that one out loud, but it says something clown there, the kind of clown brew there. And there's Joker, Joker there, and they're the darker colors. So like the Joker letters are like, swapped. So you got the light and then the dark. Then you got the dark and then the light there. And then the rest of the cards. Well, here we start with the custom Ace of Spades here. Because this is the only like custom card that doesn't have like a brewery on it. It says bicycle. And you got the big spade there with like the stars and the dot design. With that same bottle there, which since 1885 on it, it says Ruland, Kentucky, made in the USA. There, and they'll have that kind of like the dark kind of design with like the yellow behind it. And then the rest of the cards are just the custom like the logos of the different breweries. So I'm just gonna slightly go through them. I'm not gonna name them all off. I'm just gonna go through them. You can see all the different styles and designs of it. And there's actually some really cool kind of logos with some of them. Oh, well, nice logos though. And then for the diamonds and the hearts, it would be like the light yellow on top with the dark brown in the back. And you can see all the different styles of logos there. I'm not going to take too long looking at them because it would just take too long to talk about each one. But you can always pause and look at them. And they do say what like place they're from too. What state, I guess. Some of them are upside down. And the last two cards in the deck is you got a double backer of that back design. And then you got the little information thing here. And then at the bottom it says, please drink responsibly. So if you want to pause and read, you can. But now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And one thing before we start, these are fully inked on the back, so the ink could make the cards a little bit thicker. Not all the time, but sometimes. So first we'll start with the springs. And in this case, these are still like brand new. So they're definitely on the stiffer side, because the ink might be a little bit stiffer. But also the cards haven't been shuffled before, so they're definitely a little bit stiff. But they definitely have that nice crispiness to it, which I like. They're definitely a little bit harder to spring, but not terribly. Like, I can still kind of spring them. But I'm also trying not to let them, like, fling out. Because when they're, like, sometimes when they're, like, a little bit extra stiff, like, if you spring them too, like, to try to bend them too hard, they could just fly out of your hands. But for the springs I'm getting, they're not, like, terribly, like, terrible. They're pretty nice. They're pretty smooth. So not bad. And now we'll move on to the fans. Well, as you can see, they spread pretty evenly. It's just the way the numbers and stuff are lined up. Because they're inset a little bit more. Now you can't really see them, but they do spread perfectly fine. It's just that you just can't see the numbers really well. Kind of can here, but not over here. And it's not. I don't think it's the way I'm fanning them because I'm fanning them pretty good. But now time for the Pharaoh. And there's a decent Pharaoh there. They unlocked away pretty smoothly there. Now time for a giant fan of that back design. Now time for the reverse Pharaoh. And as you can see, that reverse Pharaoh does not want a Pharaoh at all. So I definitely have to push them together to get them to interlock and weave. And the interlock and weave not the greatest. Now for a giant fan of the faces. Not really a giant fan of Bill for the reverse pharaoh. But now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle, and this is the point of the video where that subtle one-way back design could get a little bit mixed up. For that first riffle, it's pretty smooth there. Definitely like thick, like a stiff riffle. Definitely have to put a little bit of effort to bend them to get them to riffle, but that makes them nice and smooth though. So there's definitely no issues with the riffle shuffles. Super smooth. Like I'm actually like surprised on how smooth they are. That's fantastic. There's definitely nothing to say with those. Those are perfect riffle shuffles. Now we'll move on to the packet cuts. Well, the pack cuts are pretty nice. They weren't overly like slippery, which is nice. Maybe a little bit from here to time, but not too noticeable. They pack it pretty good. So an average packetability, you would say. And now time for that one-handed cut or Charlier cut. Now time for the dribble. You definitely have to a little bit less grip with the faces up. But they're still grippy. There's a little less grip. And you definitely got the more grip with the back design up. I think. Or they just feel really similar. It's almost kind of hard to tell, actually. But they're still both pretty smooth. Now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, a pretty fantastic deck. Even though I don't like, you know, it's a craft beer deck. I don't really drink that kind of stuff. But I still like the deck. It's a pretty nice deck. I really like that colorway for the back design there. Was that like dark brown with like the lighter kind of tan cream color. Pretty nice. And the design's pretty good too. I like the design. Simplistic, but also elegant kind of at the same time. And then the faces, which is one of my favorite parts. I love the different logos of all the places on here. It's just interesting to see all the different kind of styles and how they make their logos. Because this one's kind of simple. There's like a text with a little tree, but this is like a full blown on image there. So like definitely totally unique and like cool kind of logos there. Which makes for a unique deck just to like have sitting around just to look at from time to time. And then for the handling, these handle pretty fantastic. A little bit stiff though. You gotta definitely have to work them in to get them to like get a little bit more softer and smoother. But they're still pretty smooth though. Yeah, like they spread pretty nice and they pack it good and they shuffle pretty good. Like there's definitely no real issues with the shuffling at all. Definitely nice and smooth there. And definitely not really too much interfere with the ink there for like the handling there. Like, there's no stickiness or nothing. Except for the little thickness of it, the ink might Make the cards a little bit thicker, but not too bad. So overall, fantastic design there, and pretty fantastic handling. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 343 of a daily deck review. This has been the Bicycle Craft Beer playing cards, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.